Topic from my end is the small renal mass, comparative effectiveness of the different surgical treatment. First of all, we'll have to define what is definition of small renal mass. The small renal mass are the mass which is less than centimeter solid and enhanced in radiological parameters and is usually in the T1A stage. Then where lies the dilemma? The dilemma lies in the treatment of the small renal mass because these small tumors are usually found when the patient is asymptomatic. High percentage of the elderly population, as this entirely is detected by incidentally during routine checkup or investigation for the other reasons. The current management has a cafeteria choice of options, each having advantage of disadvantages. The reason is that if we look into the pathological distribution of this particular group, then we can see 20% are benign, 60% of the indolent RCC type, and 20% only aggressively progressive. So to elderly patient with frail nature, if you go for a very aggressive treatment, the result may not be good for them, or the result may not be better than our conservative management. But for this reason, the patient counseling is very important, and we should discuss all the possibilities of treatment with the patient, those who are less than 4 centimeter incidentally detected mass. What are the options? Options are the active surveillance with or without renal mass biopsy, ablative therapies, and the surgery. Active surveillance is by definition is the initial monitoring of the tumor size by serial abdominal imaging with delayed intervention reserved for the tumor showing clinical progression. This clinical progression is very important. From different studies, we have been noticed that there are two groups. Some people depend on the tumor, the size of the maximum tumor diameter, that is MTD, which gives us a direction whether the tumor is progressive or not. But some other radiological or renal mass biopsy may be the indicator to find out whether tumors are growing or not. The protocol of this growth assessment is any of the investigations as mentioned at 3 and 6 months, and then even every 6 months until year 3, and then annually for another 3 years. So assessment parameters is most of the time is the maximal tumor diameter. Then when should we intervene in case of the active surveillance? If the growth is more than 4 centimeter and the rate of growth is more than 5 centimeter per year by assessing the maximum tumor diameter. And selection criteria, whom should we offer active surveillance? The weak, frail, elderly population with comorbidities and the patients, those who are refusing treatment. Advantage of the active surveillance: overall survival of primary intervention versus active surveillance was 98% and 96% at 2 years and 92% and 75% at 5 years respectively. So if you consider a properly selected active surveillance patient, the chances, there is hardly any difference in the result in the first 2 years, and maybe in the 5 years there is some difference, but usually these things are preferred for the elderly frail patient. Both short and intermediate term oncological outcomes indicate that in selected patients with advanced age and or with comorbidities, active surveillance is appropriate for initially monitoring the small renal masses, followed if required by the treatment for progression. Next comes the renal mass biopsy. Dr. Gagan has already discussed about it in detail, but I just want to mention in nutshell that there are certain group of the investigators who preferred renal mass biopsy before active surveillance, other dependent on the maximal tumor diameter. So in some cases of renal mass, in some cases of active surveillance patients, renal mass biopsy is indicated, but it should be avoided in cystic lesions and frail comorbid patients. The limitation of these active renal biopsy is that it is a reliable tool for diagnosis of malignancy, but it has limited it has a limited capacity to establish the grade of the tumor. Now comes the role of surgery. If I quote a line from the EOE recommendations, that line is offered surgery to offer cure in a patient with small renal mass. So surgery is the treatment of choice in the small renal mass if it is not indicated otherwise. What are the options of the surgery? That is the nephron sparing surgery. Next is radical nephrectomy. The chronology of choice of surgery in the patients of SRM, that means what kind of surgery should we offer? If you see the EAU guidelines, the laparoscopic radical nephrectomy to patient with T2 tumor and localized mass are not treatable partial nephrectomy only. Only the patients who cannot be treated by partial nephrectomy can be taken for radical nephrectomy. So our preference for the treatment of these is lap or robotic partial nephrectomy. If the facilities of lap or robotic partial nephrectomy is not available, then we can go for open partial nephrectomy, but we should try to avoid radical nephrectomy until and unless it is mandated. When nephron sparing surgery is preferred, why nephron sparing surgery is preferred? The reason is it prevents preservation of the renal function, leading to decreased cardiovascular risk, and the existing CKD, it is the treatment of choice. The increased complication was noticed in some of the observations in case of the partial nephrectomy. Debate still continues, but partial nephrectomy is the treatment of choice. What are the other option? Other option is ablative therapies. Main two options I am just highlighting here: cryoablation of the tumor mass and the radio frequency ablation. Other options are the microwave ablation, laser ablation, high intensity or HIFU ablation, and irreversible electrocorporation. Those are not in very practice widely. So I will discuss only the cryoablation and the radio frequency ablation. The indication for this ablative therapy are the poor performance status, refusing surgical treatment, and prognosis associated with high risk of local recurrence and with tumor progression. That is why when we advise a patient for ablative therapy, we must discuss the options, treatment options to the patient before offering ablative therapy. If you compare the studies, the oncological outcome, it is inferior to partial nephrectomy, but elderly population RCC, when population is more than 75 to 80 years, when subjected to surgery rather than non-surgical management, no demonstrable overall survival benefit is noted. There lies the importance of the ablative therapy and active surveillance in an elderly group of patients, because we don't get much of the survival benefit in this group. And this is the final protocol where it is very clearly noted how the patients was characterized, different type of findings we can get easily from that. And what we shared finally, the treatment of choice is partial nephrectomy for the majority of the patient, where size of the tumor is a very important factor, and which of the patients who are in active surveillance shows in evidences of the increase in size, and patient who want fit enough to go for a early surgery. Thank you very much.